riba that is prohibited for this practice to be continued. The message is clear that as a Muslim, we should prevent any form of economic exploitation. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَإِنَّ كُلَّ رِبَا مَوْضُوعٌ وَلَكُمْ رُؤُوسُ أَمْوَالِكُمْ لَا تَظْلِمُونَ وَلَا تُظْلَمُونَ وَقَضَى اللَّهُ أَنَّهُ لَا رِبَا. All usury obligation shall be waived. Your capital is yours to keep. You will neither inflict nor suffer any iniquity. Allah has judged that there shall be no interest. Fourth, do not discriminate. Do not discriminate. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say in the khutbah, أيها الناس إن ربكم واحد وإن أباكم واحد كلكم لآدم وآدم من تراب إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم وليس لعربي فضل على عجمي إلا بالتقوى. O people, your Lord is one and your Father is one. All humankind is from Adam and Adam was created from dirt. An Arab has no superiority over non-Arab, nor does a non-Arab has a superiority over an Arab, except by piety and good actions. A human is judged entirely by his or her righteousness, not because of his or her race, color, social economics, or others. Racism and discrimination and social injustice still exist in today's society. We tend to judge people based on their physical attributes, looking past what their hearts can offer. No nation created to be above other. The differences between humankind is for us to embrace and learn from one another. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. O humankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you people and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the noblest of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is knowing and acquainted. Let us take a step back and instead of focusing on others, reflect deeply on ourselves and our hearts so we can become better people. Islam doesn't promote the superiority of one's race or lineage. Although one can be from a noble lineage, it's only something to be admired when his or her actions are likewise honorable. One of the scholars mentioned, no person of any consequence should respect or praise an ignorant man, even if he is of noble birth and virtuous ancestry. For respecting and praising such person in his presence may harm him. It may deceive him concerning God, render him neglectful of proper behavior, and distract him from the gathering provision for the hereafter. Our hearts are valuable and sacred. Do not let our eyes disregard others' hearts while we are too focused on physical differences. The fifth and the last lesson that we're going to talk about today from Khutbah al-Wada' is to hold true to the teaching of Islam. To hold true to the teachings of Islam. Therefore, understand the word which I convey to you. That's what the Prophet said in the Khutbah. Therefore, understand the words that which I convey to you. I will leave two things, the Quran and the Sunnah. And if you follow these, you will never go astray. He says, فَعْقِلُوا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ قَوْلِي. And later he says, فَإِنِّي قَدْ تَرَكْتُ فِيكُمْ مَا إِنْ أَخَذْتُمْ بِهِ لَمْ تَضِلُّوا بَعْدَ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ وَسُنَّةَ نَبِيِّهِ أَلَا هَلْ بَلَّغْتُ اللهم فشل. اللهم اشهد. Throughout his sermon, the Prophet ﷺ profoundly reminded us about the importance of rights between humankind. Towards the end of the sermon, he ﷺ reminded us that after his departure, there would be no messenger after him to guide us, but he didn't leave us empty-handed. The Prophet ﷺ left us with two primary sources of Islam, the Quran and the Sunnah. These encompass the pillars of faith. As Muslims, we should be mindful of our rights and duties towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, such as praying daily, fasting in the month of Ramadan, and performing zakah and hajj for those who can afford and are physically able. To be mindful of these duties is what makes us Muslims. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is not present with us physically to guide us in our lives, but he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is with us in our hearts through the light of the Quran and the Sunnah. And if you follow this, you will never go astray. That's what he said. If you follow this, you will never go astray. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. I say what you have heard, and I seek forgiveness from Allah, from me and you from every sin. So seek forgiveness from Him. Verily, He is the most forgiving and the most merciful. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. In the first khutbah, we mentioned 5 lessons that we learned from khutbah al-wada', the last khutbah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These 5 lessons were: 1. Uphold human dignity. 2. Honor and respect the rights of women. 3. Avoid economic inequality. 4. Do not discriminate. 5. Hold true to the teachings of Islam. The Prophet ﷺ also gave us the responsibility, as mentioned in his khutbah, to pass on the baton of his message and the word of Islam and its goodness to others. It is therefore our duty to ensure that the timeless message of Rasulullah ﷺ remains relevant to our time and locality. He says in the khutbah, فَلْيُبَلِّغْ الشَّاهِدُ الْغَائِبُ. All those who listen to me shall pass on my words to others and those to others again. Islam is a universal religion that is not confined to a particular race or nation. Hence, we must uphold the values and principles of Islam. The Prophet ﷺ then ended his final sermon by reading the verse from Surah Al-Ma'idah, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. This day I have perfected for you your religion and completed my favor upon you and have approved for you Islam as religion. May Allah grant us the strength to become better Muslims and to become better communities and better human beings. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الشر كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك منه عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ به عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تجعل كل قضاء قضيته لنا خيرا. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك وأهل المشركين. Sisters and brothers, surely Allah commands justice, good deeds, and generosity to others and to relatives, and He forbids all shameful deeds, injustice, and rebellion. He instructs you so that you may be united. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر وذكر الله أكبر والله العلي العظيم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا إنا هديناه السبيل إما شاكرا وإما كفورا إنا أعتدنا للكافرين سلاسل وأغلالا وسعيرا إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله يفجرونها تفجيرا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله يفجرونها تفجيرا يوفون بالنذر ويخافون يوما كان شره مستطيرا ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.